Yeah. Welcome to this live Watchalong taking on Leicester in the EPL. Got 5 minutes before the kickoff, and welcome. This is like, share, subscribe, do all the good stuff, and get ready for the game. Leicester versus Arsenal versus Leicester. EPL Week 6. 6-yard box. That's the name of the channel. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you like the channel. Like, share, all the good stuff. So, get ready for the kickoffs.
In particular in terms of the players, the personnel on display for this one, Robin?
Well, I look at the Arsenal lineup and I kind of like it. Denis Ceballos, I think it's him right there, that is going to be the attacking part of the midfield with Xhaka and Partey. The player Saka, Rebecca, 19 years of age. I just love the way he plays, and we know he can play in different spots. I'd absolutely prefer him in the right forward position than Nicola Pepe. That's not worked out, in my opinion. More creative, more honest. He makes good decisions on the ball. He's honest. He'll work back. So I'm kind of looking forward to seeing how the midfield sets up for Arsenal and that front three of Lacazette up front, Aubameyang and Saka.
I just want to pick up on the Nicola Pepe thing on the bench today. He scored the odd goal here and there, but I think it was $88 million. Arsenal made a big mistake, have they?
I think so. I mean, of course, there have been moments that he's done some really good things. But when you spend that amount of money, we just talked about it, Rebecca, when you spend that much money, you've got to be sure that he is going to make your 11 better and he's going to be one of the first on the team sheet. He's just not, and he hasn't been. And how long do you wait? I guess you've got to keep working with him because you spent so much money. And that money, Rob, could have been spent maybe 2 really good players for different parts of the side.
I guess they're hoping that Mikel Arteta can work with him. And I'm quite interested in Manchester City last week. I just looked at their run of games. Leicester, obviously, today, away at United, home to Villa, away at Leeds. The next month, and you've got to remember Europa League games thrown in as well. Next month's going to be very, very important to where Arsenal are in terms of trying to push towards that top 4, top 6 spot and staying in Europe as well.
Leicester City's, it's a strange season so far. Good start, and they've fallen away. What do you expect from them today?
A tough match. Arsenal should dominate this game. There's important players missing. Talk about Soyuncu. There's Wilfred Ndidi, who's one of the best holding midfield players. Vardy is not fit, so it's a good time to play Leicester. A good start, Rebecca, but it isn't a super deep squad. So when they lose some of their main guys, then I think they're a lot less effective. He's trying to overcome that today with tricky little midfield setup. As soon as the game kicks off, we'll see what he's doing there. And he is clever at doing that, so may frustrate him.
Interested, Rob, if Arsenal play out the back, but Leno got put in Europe in midweek. If they do that against this Leicester team, which that triggers and close them down, they could find a bit of trouble.
Arsenal against Leicester City, live for you from the Emirates. Thomas Partey starts for Arsenal in the Premier League. There's Harvey Barnes. Here are the commentators, Andy Townsend and Ian Dark.
And the usual message from the players, no room for racism. Leicester City in blue, of course, getting us underway here on this wonderful carpet of a pitch at the Emirates Stadium, where Arsenal have won both their home games so far this season by 2-1 against West Ham and Sheffield United. Leicester coming off a couple of home defeats in the league anyway. Interesting to see how they are going to play it tonight, because there were one or two raised eyebrows when we got the lineup, weren't there, Andy?
There certainly were. Absolutely there were. But it looks like it's three at the back. And even a back four there at the moment. It depends. We'll just wait and see exactly how who slots in where. But Christian Fuchs on this left side here in a left full back position. He's got James Justin in front of him.
Yeah, hello. Welcome to the channel. It's all about football.
Signing the 19-year-old Wesley Fofana. Few clubs were looking at him
Watchalong, Arsenal,
so far, and it's early in his
taking on
career. He
Leicester.
looked very stylish. Once played in
Leicester
behind,
playing.
just to chase.
Leicester almost going in there, almost scoring a goal.
Effort from Madison.
That's a goal.
Goodness
was
me,
close.
he spotted Leno off his line, and the goalkeeper was hurrying back.
Leicester was
he
close
going to
there.
get there?
And
Right there for James Madison to have a go at that. It's a lovely ball.
Arsenal managed to get rid of it. That was close. Stream is frozen, but you know, that's another.
He's under pressure. James
another
Justin's
topic
made that
entirely.
run in behind Hector Bellerin. The goalkeeper's flying out, makes good contact, drops to Madison. I'll tell you what, that's a decent effort from there.
If you're just coming in, make sure you like, subscribe, and do all the good stuff, man.
Plenty on it, but he knocked it straight to Leicester's
Leicester
midfield man.
almost scored there.
I'll tell you what, that
It was
would have
close.
a few eyebrows
That was
raised,
a
I'm
long
sure, down on
ball
the
over
Arsenal
the
bench
top.
when he picked that up to hit that, because he's got
And
the ability
they
to knock that
managed
one
to
in.
get rid
Rhino
of
had
it.
a bad night in Austria in midweek. A discussion about whether Arsenal were right to let Emi Martinez go to Aston Villa, but that's done and dusted now. Here's Gabriel on Arsenal out to Kieran Tierney.
Arsenal have the ball in their own half now, just knocking it around. The stream is frozen again.
Evans and Fofana. James Justin dropping back in with Castagna on the far side.
Stream is frozen. Come on, man. What's going on with this stream? What's going on? We're trying. Arsenal have a corner kick after 3 minutes on the watch.
And Colo Torre, of course, in there.
3 minutes on the watch. Arsenal got a corner. The ball is in. The ball is a goal. They go.
Went all the way.
Arsenal have scored 1-0 to Arsenal from the corner kick. That's a poor goal to concede from Leicester.
Taking
But
some
the
of the
linesman's
celebration.
flag
The
is up.
flag's up here. It was a curious goal and it might not count.
Linesman's flag is up.
It looked
It's
like
offside.
Lacazette made contact at the near post. Did anybody else touch it as it went over the line?
Offside.
Watch this, we'll see now. So is that Granit Xhaka standing right in front of Kasper Schmeichel? Does he impede him? You'd have to say he does.
Yes, he does. He touched him. The
Standing
goal
right
has
in
been
front
ruled
of the
off.
goalkeeper.
Offside. Granit Xhaka touched
Check
the
is
ball
complete.
before the ball
The
went
goal
over the line.
It's
So
not going to stand. I
that's
think
an
they've got
offside.
that
That's an
right.
offside.
He was
That's an
right in
offside.
front of the goalie, wasn't he?
That's offside. No, that's not a goal.
Lacazette was claiming the goal. He's scored every time he started in the Premier League so far this season. Alex Lacazette, all 3 times.
In swinging corners there, something for Kasper Schmeichel to consider early on in the game. There's a lot of Arsenal white
That
shirts
was a poor
standing in
goal.
and around him.
Arsenal, they were lucky there, though. Leicester were lucky there. Arsenal should have scored. If you're joining the broadcast, welcome. Make sure you follow, like, subscribe to the channel, 6 Yard Box, everything football, pure
So
football.
used to seeing Aubameyang
Going to be looking at some games as well. Tomorrow, there's a live watch along tomorrow for the Burnley Tottenham.
No problem for him.
You know, Tottenham is my team, so I'm going to be watching that one tomorrow. Leicester, they have a good team. They have a good
Fuchs, who
team.
is another survivor
It
of
seems
the
to be a team
tackle-winning
that's got
side.
lots of confidence.
Many first-team opportunities.
Manager, they have a way of
These
playing.
days,
The only
his
problem
first
is
Premier League start
defensively.
of the season here in this
The centre
slightly
back
innovative
positions, they
Leicester
they
lineup.
look a bit suspect. And they
Maddison
don't have another striker. That's the problem.
looking
Madison
sharp
is
in that
going there. There's a free kick
tent
there.
shirt.
He's brought
Getting
down.
a free kick there is like
I don't think they have another striker
clumsy,
to
Very
complement
skilled, James Maddison.
Vardy.
Ball dropped to his feet. He's
They
got really
got
nowhere to go. but
Iheanacho.
instantly takes
He's
a touch
he's
and then
not.
finds
I wouldn't say
Watchalong
he's a
Partey
prolific
again.
goal scorer.
Just keeps going. Lacazette just clips him.
Ever since he's gone to Leicester, so but
A long way
they have a
out.
free kick now. Madison,
Got the confidence. He's that sort of
he's
player.
outside the
I think,
box.
yeah, go on, I'll have a go at this.
You could try having a go from there, but I'll be surprised if he scores from there. But
the other night, maybe give him
you never know,
something
man.
to
The
think
season has
about
been crazy.
early on.
It's 0-0, 5 minutes gone.
Madison doesn't
Madison
go
puts
with
it
that
across.
option, straight towards Fofana, who'd come forward from the back.
And Leicester still have it.
Leicester.
You need to put that ball in the
Mendy to
box
play
if you're
wide.
going to
Mendy's
get
played
anything
every
from
game in the
this.
league with Ndidi out injured at the moment, who's usually in that
They're
role.
just knocking it around now. Leicester are
Got a
just
pretty
knocking
good
it
job
around
in
now.
there in the main, but Leicester have been a bit short of goals in their
Leicester's
more
problem
recent
is like
outings
is a striker.
in the
They
Premier
need
League.
another striker to complement Vardy. They have a
Losing
good
at home to
team,
West Ham
solid.
United
Everyone
and
knows
Aston
what they're
Villa very
doing.
late on in the game
Manager has
against
a way
Villa.
of playing, which is pretty straightforward. Pass and move, keeping up the deck. Possession
Well, we saw
football.
Aubameyang, didn't we, in the warm-up? He used on the right-hand side. We wondered if it was a bit of a smoke screen. But no, that's where he's starting. I've not seen him start on the right for Arsenal so far. I think he did a few times in his Dortmund days.
But Leicester, they're in possession. They're just knocking around a bit. If you're just coming in, welcome. Since you're box, make sure you subscribe to the channel. It's everything
19-year-old
football.
Fofana, here's Johnny Evans.
That's what we do. This is the Watchalong
Still
Arsenal
going
versus
strong in
Leicester
the
City.
centre of that
Leicester playing
defence.
the ball forward now. Good tackle from Arsenal. Leicester's got a free kick. And the game is shaping up nicely. 7 minutes gone so far. Make sure tomorrow you join me tomorrow at 8 o'clock for the Tottenham versus Burnley versus Tottenham at that's away at Burnley. Should be a good game. Tottenham has to win that game, to be honest, man. That's the way I look at it. They have to win that game. So, but yeah, the stream is frozen now, so I'm just gonna try and get it to work properly. So it's still frozen, so we just wait for you to reload. If you're watching the channel, make sure you subscribe to the channel. 6-yard box. It's all about football. That's what we do. 6-yard box 442, and we have loads more stuff coming. We're gonna be analyzing games over the tomorrow. Join me tomorrow for the Tottenham Burnley game. Watch along. So that should be a good game. Trying to get the stream to work again. It's still frozen. I'm gonna try and refresh it and see what happens. These ones are not cheap. They are not cheap at all. I've just refreshed the screen, refreshed the stream. For some reason, it's frozen, so I'm just gonna refresh it. Shut that one down. Refresh the stream. The stream is still frozen. Stream is still frozen, so let's see if we can fix that. It's a bit of a nightmare. This stream. The stream is still frozen for some reason. Still frozen. Still trying to sort the stream out. And the stream is fixed. Yep, we're back now. The stream is a bit. Yeah, we're back now. Still no, 30 minutes gone. So just coming in, make sure you follow, like this broadcast, share.
Straight line sometimes you get a little bit of movement, start picking up better positions elsewhere.
Ceballos, and you think with Partey on board now and properly fitted
Arsenal
in the
knocking the
starting
ball
lineup, we'll
around.
see Arsenal
As
play
usual, still
4-3-3 mostly, wouldn't you? They won the FA Cup last year with 3-4-3, didn't they?
They did, yeah. I mean, look, he's a vastly experienced player. He's got a lot of great qualities. His debut was hailed as one of the best that people have seen in recent times in an Arsenal shirt in midweek.
Tierney picked out again by David Luiz, who's playing some gorgeous
corner to Arsenal.
passes.
The game has been very cagey. It's still no corner to Arsenal.
David Luiz is
So just joining the broadcast, make sure you follow, like, and share the broadcast as well. So good, so football,
Vardy would
pure
stand on him
football.
a little bit more and allow Gabriel
60
to
yard
maybe
box
have the ball.
24/7.
At the moment,
Join me tomorrow as well for my live broadcast, Tottenham
close to him to
versus
Yet another
Burnley versus Arsenal.
corner.
Burnley versus Tottenham
Too
tomorrow.
long for everybody. It's only in red and white anyway.
That's going to be a Burnley, Arsenal. Tottenham. After that collapse against West Ham, we'd like to
knowing everybody's name
get
on the staff.
we'd like to get get back onto their winning ways. So
He's had a great start.
going to be a good game
of
tomorrow.
trophies already in his first year in charge. FA Cup, Community Shield, some big wins at Wembley.
He has, and you hear him after matches interviewed and the way he speaks, I think he comes across very well. He comes across very much as a man who knows exactly what he wants and how he wants to go about it, which is very important for his players.
And with the deep love for the club, which he wants all his players to have. Here's Partey. And Tierney. A bit of a misunderstanding between him and Bukayo Saka over on that side.
Arsenal just knocking the ball around. 16 gone.
Once again, David
Still
Luiz.
goalless draw. David Luiz with the ball now. Arsenal going long.
All Arsenal really early on here. Tierney.
Arsenal have been in control for the past,
I think that's a little bit too much.
Past 20 minutes. So game is.
Brendan Rodgers might have to adjust things a little bit.
Past 16 minutes, the game is.
Luiz, as I mentioned earlier, with that much time and space,
boiling up a little
more than
bit
capable
now.
of finding someone in a crowd scene to give them a real good opportunity. They've gone close a couple of times, Arsenal already.
And you couldn't do anything with that one. This time Castagna got in the way. Castagna is obviously a pretty versatile player because he played wide left midfield, didn't he, for Belgium when they played at Wembley against England recently. Here's Partey again, just knit everything together in that midfield. A bit of a miscue by Ceballos, who was a doubt for this game. He's been past fit to play. Willian missing for the first time from the Premier League starting lineup. His calf injury meaning he's not ready for this one. And there's Jamie Vardy. I think we might see him before the night's out.
I do too.
Jamie Vardy's on the bench.
They're never quite the same when he doesn't play. He gives them so much. Just his goals, but his work rate, his movement, quality all round.
Madison's picked a good ball there. It's played towards Justin.
Arsenal almost
couldn't get ahead of the defenders.
Getting opened up there. Leicester
That's
have
what
the
Leicester
ball.
are looking for here. Some fast breaks. They've got the speed of Harvey Barnes. Slightly unusual role for him. He normally plays from the left-hand side as a winger. It's a very different role, isn't it?
Very, particularly for a younger player to be playing up the middle, to be a little bit more cute, and a bit more selective with your runs that you make. He's got a couple of defenders close to him, but he's exceptionally quick, Harvey Barnes. His finishing is a little bit still is a little bit inconsistent. There's room for improvement there, and he'll know that. But he's developing all the time.
Scored a cheeky one the other night in Europe, didn't he?
Yes, he did. He certainly did.
Just thinking it over the goalkeeper after a very good Leicester move. Important today, there is a link up between him and Madison just behind him, I think, for Leicester. Here's Granit Xhaka. Tierney pushed very high on that left-hand side. Now Saka. Aubameyang's waiting in the middle. Fofana got the block in.
Yeah, lucky there. Good work from Fofana. Saka there just needs to try and manoeuvre that ball a little bit to find half a yard to whip it round the Leicester defender.
Still goalless.
Exactly
Leicester, Arsenal, Leicester.
A couple of tight passes
the
down one
Emirates,
side of the field, then get it out
just
across
coming
the
into
other
the
side very
Watchalong
quickly.
like that. Leicester are breaking away now.
It's Madison.
The game is a bit
Surgery
cagey.
in the summer,
Nothing
which
is
meant
really
he
happening
missed
so
all
far.
the pre-season. That's why he hasn't started so far in the Premier League for Leicester, but he's obviously ready now. Have their share of injury problems. Key defender Sion Chu missing at the moment, among others. Partey forward, not a good ball that time from him. Hands up, just saying sorry for that as Leicester look to build with Dennis Pratt.
Bodies in the middle of the park, haven't they, Leicester? Dennis Pratt is probably the one given licence to will make those runs beyond Harvey Barnes if he can. Madison will feed towards the ball, of course, wants to get involved and get on it.
Leicester now winning the ball, they get it for trying to
There's
play
a lot of
for
players in and around there.
the Arsenal players on his Partey.
Here's Xhaka. Still looking to break quick. Lacazette wanted that played in the channel. He's got it as well. Lovely ball from Xhaka for him. Saka is arriving. Couldn't quite get the angle. It was all a bit tight, but lovely move by Arsenal.
Lucky, good football, yeah. Lovely run from Lacazette.
That was good from Arsenal.
Johnny Evans tries to step
Popped
in.
it well on the left.
He's not aware of where Christian Fuchs is behind him.
Great pass from Xhaka. Lacazette finds Saka.
Drop back for Saka. It's a tight angle. Bends that one pretty
His
easily.
shot was saved.
Nice movement.
Arsenal looking to defy the critics who say they're still not ready to be a top 4 side. Let's see. Tierney, lovely piece of work to get past Castagna. Aubameyang.
That was close from Arsenal again. Arsenal are really creating chances on that left.
Salutes the work from
That's the second one, man. So they're creating
Lovely
chances.
work from him on the far side. Just makes out he's going to drop it back and then very quickly skips it forward and goes past Castagna. Lovely ball in. Just a fraction too high. The captain can't quite get above that one, but it's the right idea. Strikers, they want it delivered as early as you can. Sometimes when you get players in wide areas, they take a touch and another touch and another touch, and the strikers never quite sure when it's coming in. Just you get a chance like Tierney did there, exactly the right thing. Get it out of your feet, put it in there.
Fuchs with the header. I keep reading that Christian Fuchs is going to go back to join his family in New York, but they keep giving him new deals, don't they, every year to stay, and he still is around. Same towards Pratt. Gabriel was just wondering whether Leno was going to help him out there, but there was nothing forthcoming. By Dani Ceballos, and now Fofana. Picked a good ball. Barnes couldn't make it stick though, and now here's Hector Bellerin. Aubameyang back on the right-hand side.
Oh, that was a good cross in the box, but the keeper came out to get it.
Good work
That was
from
close.
Schmeichel there. His hands again, anticipating that cross and tidy with his work.
Schmeichel back in North London, where he recently foiled England for Denmark, making one particularly fine save from Mason Mount, as I remember.
He did.
Still 1-1. It's still goalless. Arsenal, Leicester, goalless.
Aubameyang
Just coming into the
just
stream,
going
make
to
sure
the
you follow
doctor
the
there
like
and
and
taking
share.
some kind of tablet, whether he's not feeling so good. We'll keep an eye on that.
Yep.
Follow, like, share, like the broadcast. You know how we do. Blah, 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 blah. You know all the good stuff.
Can't shed any more light on that.
No, it certainly doesn't look like he's been struggling with it. Certainly movement-wise, he's okay. Whether I'm a migraine sufferer. I've been for many years, and I'd had him on the pitch too. Whether he's or anything like that, sometimes you get something like that on the field, disturbs your vision, and certainly disturbed mine for a few years.
So did you? Oh, no, the passes were great. You played on with those, did you? You played on through it.
You try to, Ian. Couldn't always do it. I mean, 2 or 3 times actually had them in my career, but they're nasty. If you get anything like that, serious headache, and anyone that suffers from them will know exactly that it's very, very difficult. The vision gets impaired completely.
Arsenal are playing really well. I think it's only a matter of time before they score. They're playing really well. Really, really well.
They've released him a couple of times, haven't they? Behind like this.
Again, James Justin again, who gets a little square and a little close with his body position. Johnny Evans again, making sure he's across that gully. I think Hector Bellerin's entitled to feel that others should be screaming into that 6-yard box to get on the end of that.
Yeah, there wasn't a lot of support, not in that attack anyway. Fifth corner already, this, for Arsenal. Very easily defended out to Ceballos. Saka. Breakout season for him last year.
Saka playing really well.
In a number of positions as well. Is Partey. Ceballos. Bellerin towards Saka this time. Leicester City can.
Leicester cleared their lines eventually. But the game has been very open, it's been very one-sided. I would say Arsenal has been in control so far. So
Well, he's not been
it's only a matter of time, I
something,
think,
is he?
before this
Tonight,
goal.
Brendan
Leicester,
Rodgers
they've
could
been
easily just gone with Ian
struggling
run as
a
a
little bit.
conventional number 9, which he did the other night.
Look, certainly after 26 minutes, haven't conceded, still very much in the game. Haven't really knitted anything much together yet to get Harvey Barnes away and using his greatest asset, his speed. We've been able to get in those sort of positions that we see Vardy get into. A lot of midfield players out there, a lot of central midfield players out there, Ian. I'm totally convinced about the balance of what I'm seeing from Leicester so far this evening. But look, Brendan Rodgers has his reasons for selecting this team, of course, and got good options on the bench. Lots of experience. We've got Iheanacho and Vardy. Michael Brighton, of course, key component in that title-winning season. So he's got decent players to call upon. But at the moment, they're second best, but they haven't conceded. That's the most important thing.
Just dreaming of one fast break and one goal.
Still 1-0, still goalless. If you're coming in, make sure you follow, share. This is 6-yard box. My channel, everything about football.
To let him have it,
just let him have that ball.
So Arsenal so far, they almost scored now.
Nearly got high enough, but only nearly.
That was close. The game is one-sided so far, to be honest. Arsenal dominating play, creating some chances, but still goalless.
He gets a better touch on that. He'll knock that in from there.
I'm thinking
It
Leicester
does look
will
a
be
very
happy.
deliberate policy, though, doesn't it, by Leicester? Let Luiz have it. Let him play the long balls. We'll deal with them.
He'd be standing on David Luiz to let Gabriel have it. Let Gabriel creep forward with it, and if you can turn the ball over, then you've got one-on-one against David Luiz, where he's a bit vulnerable.
And Xhaka, those days when he was stripped of the captaincy and running the gauntlet a bit here, well behind him now. Be a bit of competition for those places in the middle of the pitch, maybe at Arsenal. Luiz spreading it again, and Castagna didn't get there, and Tierney did. Went down and couldn't get enough on it to put it in the back of the net.
That was a chance.
It's a corner in the end. Must have been a Leicester touch as well.
Leicester dominating, Arsenal dominating this game. It's only a matter of time before they actually score.
Checking for a
Like I
possible
said, just
handball
missed
here, Andy.
the chance there.
Difficult to see there. Certainly Christian Fuchs throws his right foot at it.
No.
I don't think so. From what I can see there, a bit of better look here.
Look as it doesn't get there. I think it's off the studs of Fuchs, isn't it? Yeah. In the end, and chances are that would have gone into his own goal. It didn't. Picked up by Mendy, who did some good work there in the middle of the pitch to win that ball. He wasn't favourite for it.
That's a foul to Leicester there.
He's brought down.
Harvey Barnes.
Yellow card issued for the challenge.
Yeah, did well there, Harvey Barnes. Avoided that first challenge, and then just there from Lacazette, managed to stay on his feet, skip past Hector Bellerin. Know exactly what he's doing.
Yellow for Bellerin for that. You can't complain about it. Partey, by the way, got 16 yellow cards last season for Atletico Madrid.
Goalless.
So he certainly can put himself about in there. In midfield. He's got a
Arsenal,
lot of other qualities
Leicester
as well,
trying to
Mike.
get a bit more
And
physical.
here's Barnes.
This is Harvey Barnes. Where is he running to?
Defense. Good close control from him. He's looking to just stand
Gets
up
a corner.
towards Dennis Pratt on the back post.
Good work again. And Harvey Barnes surrounded by red and white shirts.
Gets a corner. That was a good play from Harvey Barnes. Arsenal still lead. Goalless. And
Madison,
still goalless. Welcome if you're just coming in, watching the podcast. Welcome to the podcast 6 Yard Box.
He likes to
Make sure
really
you
go
follow,
for it.
like and share. I'm gonna mute as I'm gonna go.
Of the evening here in North London.
Use the men's
By
room.
Madison.
I'll be back in a second. It's still goalless.
I wasn't quite sure where the ball was dropping.
Arsenal breaking now.
There's Justin either. How quickly can Arsenal break here? Just the funneling their blue shirts back. And they haven't got the break. Right, Fuchs' challenge. That time on Lacazette, and that's going to be the second yellow of the evening.
Committed to the challenge, didn't he? Christian Fuchs went quite favourite to get there. Lacazette puts himself between the ball and the player, forcing him to make contact.
You just checked this to see if it was anything more than yellow.
No, I think yellow's right. It's a waste from that corner. Anderson tried to ping that far post and Arsenal picked it off and on the counter attack very quickly, and 2 seconds later Fuchs now has to take a yellow card.
Ceballos. Picked on by Xhaka. Gabriel was in there again, trying to hop the ball. He's a powerful presence. Stays forward as well. A lot of hopping and popping from Arsenal, no breakthrough yet.
Still goalless. Arsenal, Leicester. Live, Watchalong. 6 Yard Box.
From Real Madrid. That's a stray pass from him, though. Can Arsenal break quickly? I think with Vardy out there, that's exactly what they would have been looking to do. Get that in behind and fast.
Yeah.
Lacazette protests his innocence.
See here.
Fafana, yeah.
Goes down and he's in some pain there at the moment. You can see the bang on the knee.
And hopefully that's just an impact injury for the youngster.
So this is the incident earlier, wasn't it? The goal where Lacazette makes first contact from that corner. You can clearly see that Granit Xhaka is also in an offside position, but jumping to avoid that. I mean, Kasper Schmeichel wanders off him a little bit, doesn't he? He wanders to his right a little bit. Interesting how much Schmeichel really impedes. How much Xhaka really impedes Kasper Schmeichel there, because he'd kind of gone towards his near post a little bit. Very much in an offside position.
I think the goalkeepers will tell you anybody on their eye line is affecting their ability to make the save.
He moved away from his eye line a little bit, the goalie.
Yeah.
I mean, I think it's
the right call. Current interpretation.
I think it's the right call, yeah.
They're always going to get those.
I mean, if you're not interfering or you're not affecting the goalkeeper when you're standing in the yard in front of him, when that contact is made, then when are you?
I think Real Madrid had an equaliser in the Champions League that they ruled out almost the last kick of the game in midweek against Shakhtar. Same thing. Similar anyway. Justin on the header, the number 2 for Leicester City, who a couple of years ago was playing in the 3rd tier with Luton Town. Starred there, got the move to the Premier League, and he's starting every game at the moment.
Just got caught a couple of times. A little bit square. Bellerin has zipped in behind him. But he's a very composed young footballer, James Justin. He's nice and cool and calm in possession.
Looks forward to Justin. I wonder how many minutes Brendan Rodgers thinks Jamie Vardy has got in him tonight after 2 days of training.
Well, the problem you've got is if you're not careful the way it's going, the way it looks to me, and they're going to wait to go a goal behind Leicester before maybe Brendan Rodgers feels like he wants to change it. That's not ideal for anybody, particularly Jamie Vardy. He'd rather be getting on and getting involved. Maybe at half time, very, very quickly into the second half, whilst the game is still level.
I think the managers are very aware, aren't they, certainly of these two clubs, of the very crowded fixture list that they have. And they don't want him being set back again by playing him too much.
He's on the bench. If he's on the bench, then he should be in a reasonable state to play.
Ceballos.
Been a little bit casual, Denis Ceballos, tonight. He's been a couple of times in possession.
But Saka's got him behind here. And it doesn't find Lacazette. It wasn't accurate enough at all. It's a little bit symptomatic of the way it's gone for Arsenal.
Yeah. I'm a Bukayo Saka, though, did everything right. His first touch from Gabriel here. Watch this. How about that? Brilliant. Get it onto that left foot and hit it. He's looking for his teammate. That's all very admirable. But when you get towards the edge of that box with his ability, have a go.
Johnny Evans, £3.5 million for him. One of the best bits of business I would suggest any club has done recent seasons. Aubameyang inside, Lacazette not accurate enough with his layoff. Possession was surrendered. When Leicester do get it back, they're not breaking that quickly, in all honesty, not yet.
We haven't really seen anything of Dennis Pratt. With Tielemans, he had a kick so far. Fighting for a little bit of space in there, I feel, Leicester players.
Don't get Maddison on the ball either, not after the first 10 minutes or so. Penalty to lay wide. Not such a factor so far tonight. Partey on his home debut here. His first start in the Premier League, as we saw the other night. He's undoubtedly going to add to Arsenal's armoury. David Luiz again. Quite happy to let Arsenal have it there, middle third.
Let them gradually creep further and further up the field. Stay very compact, Leicester.
Gabriel with a clever-looking ball towards young Saka.
It did go up in. Frank would have gone up. I think had he brought it under control.
Mikel Arteta with a 62% win ratio so far. Early days, but that's the best of any Arsenal manager. Partey forward. Aubameyang took a deflection on the way through.
It was motoring as well, wasn't it? How easy it was just got himself high up the field, but keep out the way there when those forward boys get it, let them get on with it.
I've been a little frustrated so far. Took charge last December, and you might remember it was the positive test he had for COVID-19, which led to the complete lockdown of the Premier League for 3 months. Leicester hunting the ball down. Madison was caught a bit late there, but the play goes on. Tielemans was involved that time, but Pratt's back heel is straight to a red and white shirt in the name of Saka.
It's got to be a card there. Yeah, the back heel one's unfortunate from Dennis Pratt. Right, a good idea.
Tielemans yellow.
Yeah, unfortunately, switched attack very quickly to defence for Leicester. Saka picking it up. Tielemans recognising that he's got players ahead of the ball. Wasn't going to allow the arm. Young man just doesn't get it right, does he? Just knows what he wants to do. Letting the left wing back have the strike.
Arsenal leading on attempts by 11-1, but only 2 on target. Now Aubameyang. Johnny Evans had read that one. Now he's out of position though. So it's 1-1 back there by Fuchs. Now Madison knows where the space is. Here it is for Justin. Looking for a little 1-2 with Barnes that didn't quite work out. Madison inside. Now Mendy. James Justin. Barnes. Tielemans. We're happy to keep the ball like this. Leicester, Madison. Now Arsenal looking to counter. Thomas Partey. Maybe a couple of minutes. A slightly frustrating one for Arsenal, who've asked most of the questions, but either the final ball hasn't been right, or when an opportunity has presented itself, it hasn't been taken.
Yeah, welcome. If you're just coming, welcome.
Look like
Still goalless.
Party if they emerge with a point from this.
Still goalless. Arsenal taking on Leicester, still goalless. So
Tough when you come to one of
those
better teams. You're prepared to just sit.
Still one of those games.
So
It's still goalless. Arsenal,
everybody's got to buy into it. If anybody steps out of line, and that whole operation can be flawed.
Taken quickly by Tielemans. He couldn't quite get it right for Barnes, though. The idea was there. And just looking for one moment like that, aren't they?
Oh, yeah.
Leicester.
I mean, in an ideal world, that was Dennis Pratt who was running after that. In an ideal world, it's Harvey Barnes that they're looking to get into that sort of situation.
About a minute to the end of the first half. Leicester nil. Arsenal Leicester nil.
You're right, Ian.
Playing 2 minutes.
Arsenal will be a little frustrated.
Injury time.
Played poorly, far from it, but
Arsenal has been dominating this game.
A little bit more magic, a little bit more creative, and produce something a bit better when it really matters. And that delivery into the final third and the finish.
Just couldn't convert their chances. That's the problem with Arsenal. They've had all the chances, but couldn't take the chances. So, you know what happens in football. If you don't take your chances, you have to set to blame. Just coming in, make sure you follow, like, share, broadcast.
Some big games, has to be said, for Arsenal, since this £8 million arrival, which was a controversial one. And some downsides as well this season.
You know what?
Last season, I should say.
He doesn't go away, David Luiz, does he? He always wants to play. Yeah.
Goalless.
Sometimes when he lacks a bit of concentration.
Arsenal knocking the ball around as usual. That's what they've been doing. The game has been one-sided, to be honest. Arsenal has had all the chances.
To Lacazette.
They just couldn't take it.
Put all those blue shirts around the ball. Put it back
again.
again.
Let's take their lines once more. Still goalless.
I'm sure Brendan Rodgers, with his meticulous planning, will have another mode for Leicester to break into should they concede.
I think that's Jamie Vardy. It changes the dynamic of this Leicester performance completely. It's just how much Brendan Rodgers wants to, when he wants to introduce him, if he wants to introduce him. He'll be pleased. He'll be pleased with the defensive discipline.
The screen is frozen once more. Stream is frozen once more. From Stream frozen one more time. That's the plan. We'll refresh this broadcast one more time. I have to broadcast is 01. No.
Save and invest for your future with Moneybox.
For you, we don't have much time. Moneybox, it's the future. Just download the app, select an account, and get started. We can earn interest on our savings and even invest in well-known companies like Netflix and Tesla via simple tracker funds. Really? Oh, and you can round up your purchases and save the spare change, like with this coffee. Nice. How about this muffin? Especially the muffin. Anyway, mustache, save that cash.
Ready to get started? Download Moneybox now.
Bumper for the phone also. And then my stream is still not working, so I'm gonna have to refresh it.
Save and invest for your future with
I have to
Moneybox.
refresh that.
For you, we don't have much time. Moneybox.
Gentlemen, how good is that? Oh, that felt amazing. Woo, really awesome. You go look at guys' bags who aren't tied into a certain club company and a contract. They're playing Vokey wedges, man.
It's still goalless, I think. Leicester.
A brand new 4-year contract and a goal like this. Glorious.
People always ask what's your favourite goal. This would be for me.
That'd be your favourite goal?
Up there, yeah. Because of the
Still
cheekiness
goalless,
of it,
Arsenal
especially
now.
against, Robbie Savage
Leicester
there,
now.
chipping over his
Still
head.
goalless.
So it made it even extra special.
Live broadcast Tottenham,
Chelsea.
Arsenal,
That was the
Arsenal,
4-4
Leicester.
game.
Coming to you from 6-yard box. And the game is still halftime now. Make sure
That
you
game killed Chelsea.
subscribe,
The league.
follow, like, all the good stuff
Carvalho.
for more content.
It's a good goal.
That was a good game, that was.
Forward by Aga. And Keane's onside here and scores splendidly. What a strike from Robbie Keane.
Are you frustrated how it panned out at Liverpool?
Yeah, I am, because, everything was going well. I was going to play myself and Fernando up front.
Yeah.
I thought, dream partnership for me, this. Him,
Save and invest for your future with Moneybox.
For you, we don't have much time. Moneybox. It's the future. Just don't.
I've had amazing opportunities to travel throughout my football career with England, with Chelsea, and more recently Juventus.
Save and invest for your future with Moneybox.
For you, we don't have much time. Moneybox. It's
WK6 serum.
With the Capital One Venture Card, you earn unlimited double miles
Still
on
goalless,
every
Arsenal,
purchase.
Leicester.
And may it please the court, earn 100,000 bonus miles when you spend $20,000 in your first year.
I'll allow it.
No further questions, Your
Joining
Honor.
the stream,
Well,
this is
just one.
Arsenal, Leicester
What's
live.
in your wallet?
6-yard box.
5G just got real.
It's all about
iPhone
football.
12 and iPhone 12 Pro are here on Verizon 5G with the coverage of 5G nationwide. And in more and more cities, the performance of 5G ultra wideband. Get iPhone 12 on us when you switch. Only on Verizon.
We believe in the power of helping hands, covering every detail, making space for everyone, teamwork that works, so you can find ways to stay close. We believe in always taking care. What kind of value are you looking for with your next new vehicle? With Subaru, you get Kelley Blue Book's 2020 Best Resale Value brand, 2020 Lowest 5-Year Cost to Own brand, and Most Trusted brand for 6 consecutive years. No wonder Kelley Blue Book also picked Subaru as their 2020 Best Overall brand. A trusted brand and a proven value. It's easy to love a Subaru. Get 0% APR financing for 63 months on select new 2020 models, now through November 2nd.
Change is all around us, shaped by technology and human ingenuity. We can make it work for you and your business.
Now eyeliner goes NYC proof. Tattoo Studio Gel Pencil from Maybelline, New York. Smudge resistant, sweat resistant, waterproof, up to 36-hour wear. Tattoo Studio Gel Pencil and a liquid liner from Maybelline, New York.
Couple of seconds until the second half of this game. Then Arsenal, Leicester City.
Welcome to live broadcast, 6 o'clock. You know, we do this after every
It'll be
weekend.
disappointment, will be though, if Arsenal don't
Follow,
want to win this one. They're great
watch a game,
disappointment, actually.
live
Yeah,
football.
because they've had the possession.
So if you like football, make sure you join me every Saturday, Sunday, Monday for football match. Sharing our ideas and talking about the game. And that's what we do, man. So we do it proper, man, the proper way. Make sure you follow, like, share.
We're thinking Jamie Vardy on about the hour marks.
The second half is about to start. It's goalless. Jamie Vardy's on the bench. Second half's kicking off. It's still goalless. Arsenal had a lot of possession, had a lot of some chances in the first half. They should have scored. I don't think Leicester can play that bad again in the second half. So let's watch the second half.
It's like a last-minute briefing from Mikel Arteta to Shkodran Mustafi, who isn't on yet, but you think, looking at that, he might his arrival's imminent.
Yeah, he doesn't need Granit Xhaka as they're here.
Because Leicester, for them, are set up pretty defensively tonight. Which isn't to say that they won't have a plan to maybe nick a goal for later on in the game and turn 1 point into 3.
Or even take Dani Ceballos, who hasn't really imposed himself as much as Mikel Arteta would like. Mustafi's still warming up below us. He's still out there, and so clearly he's been told to ready himself. He's certainly done that in the interval. As the first half, Arsenal in possession, really able to find their absolute very best at the top of the field so far. Needs to be a bit slicker, faster, a one touch. If the players get an opportunity to shoot, they've got to try and work Kasper Schmeichel a bit more than they did in the first half.
Just a little bit more devil and imagination, maybe, Arsenal as well. Leicester fans will know that when they won the title, they did it with 42% average possession that season. Twitter. Here is Ceballos. Aubameyang. Just took that tablet halfway through the first half. The doctor's still looking on quite intently from the sideline, so we don't know what was said at half time, but Aubameyang's come out again, so he's clearly okay-ish. I remember Rio Ferdinand in his Manchester United days coming out and leaving a whole packet of biscuits. Going out to the side. I've never seen that before. I can't tell you the brand, you're not allowed. Quite nice ones, though. That's a very loose ball from Gabriel, and Pratt has seen that
Nah, that's a bad pass,
that they were
man.
looking for. Leicester
That's a
City.
bad pass, man. No, he was in there.
It's a sloppy ball that from Gabriel. And
He was in there.
Dennis back there, keep going. There's no
Louise is
idea.
down injured.
Louise is
So I
on
think
the
it's going
floor.
to be, yeah, Scotland Mustafi to come on. Now, was there some kind of problem with Louise reported at half time, which is why they gave Mustafi such an intense warm up? Now Louise has gone down, saying, I don't think I can play on.
Gabriel Louise is on the floor.
To try and get himself back there, and he's not comfortable, not moving well at all there. And his right thigh, he hit that many 40, 50-yard passes in the first half. He hit more than anyone on the field, I would think.
But obviously he has a problem here at the moment. I tell you what, that was a very good opportunity for Leicester to nick one on the break, wasn't it?
Certainly was. And it was Maddison running through, so the pass would have had to have been an accurate one and a one closer to him. Not the absolute quickest, James Maddison, with the speed he has in his game is in his head.
We don't know what it is after a busy week in which he scored a vital goal against Rapid Vienna, the equaliser with a header. Has a problem, so he's coming off. Arsenal's next game is against Dundalk in the Europa League here, the Irish side, on Thursday night, so they can probably spare him for that one as well, even if he got a
David
chance
Luiz
of it,
is off.
which looks unlikely looking at that.
Mustafi to come on.
Who I'm told, by the way, Andy, has been amazingly generous with his contributions to the local fight against COVID-19 in North London.
It's good to hear.
Still goalless. Arsenal, Leicester. Arsenal has had all the chances, but they mismatched with the chances. So,
as if his
second
Arsenal
half,
career was going to be over, but he keeps on sticking in there and getting himself back in the team as he is now. Gabriel,
I don't think Leicester can play
Xhaka.
this bad again.
Arsenal looking for that little bit of sparkle. This is a pretty good test of Arsenal's credentials, isn't it, for the season?
It certainly is. You do a lot of this sort of stuff on the training ground when you're trying to find a solution and find a way to break an opponent down. I wouldn't have thought it's an area that Arsenal would be short in. It's just a little predictable at the moment. Managed to get him behind a few times first half when Louise was switching it from right to left. Now he's gone. He's going to provide that little, as you mentioned, that little bit of magic, a little bit of creativity, invention, call it what you like. You need a spark from somebody somewhere.
Where's Cesc Fabregas when you need him?
Yeah.
Thinking back at Arsenal's recent history, he did that often, didn't he? Something clever to open up a defence. Just a holding firm.
Let's start breaking.
But
the passes are just a little bit off. Those passes are not right.
Usually reliable players.
Partey to lay this one forward to Saka, who's looking to turn in space and was fouled. It's going to come out for that. Here's White. Bafana.
Just late getting there as he thinks he can intercept just in front of Bukayo Saka. No intent to cause him serious harm. He just wants to get close as he can. David Luiz with that nice his left eye strapped up.
Yeah, a lot of ice on that. He's feeling that, young Bukayo Saka.
He was the best player at Manchester City, I thought. Saka was excellent there. As I mentioned, felt that game they tried to do a little bit too tactical and so intent on trying to deny City. They lost a little bit of their own freedom and spontaneity in their attacking play.
Tobias took it quickly, just trying to catch Leicester out.
Leicester clear their lines again.
Came off Partey. Might have been a bit embarrassing, but able to recover.
And Leicester looking to break.
Looking to pick up the pieces.
The game has been one-sided. Arsenal first half, second half.
To dribble out. Xhaka, the free kick is given and taken
Off
quickly.
Leicester.
Is Lacazette. No Aubameyang. Lacazette again. Johnny Evans is there.
Very clever there, Granit Xhaka. He was trying to wriggle out of the situation.
Not coming again. It's been going to end. Second half is a bit more open.
Grab the ball.
First half was Arsenal.
Took it very smartly, very quickly.
Just join the channel. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. If you like the content. 6-7 box. It's all about football.
Traditionally involved in that 3-3 game between Germany and Switzerland, Xhaka. Madison again, spotting Leno off his line.
Just pass the ball, man.
He's done that twice now.
There wasn't anything in front of him to hit. Nothing at all.
Leicester have obviously looked at a few tapes, haven't they? And just spotted Leno sometimes does drift off his line for Madison to try
still goalless
in the one game.
He's the sort of player that can. He's got that in his locker that he sees a goalie outside the box. Play to miss.
Remember tomorrow, make sure you join me tomorrow for Tottenham.
Xabi Alonso was the one for
Burnley, Tottenham.
His Liverpool days.
Tomorrow.
Did it more than once.
From 8 p.m. UK.
Tierney.
Promises to be a cracking game, but Tottenham has got a bad record away from home. So they're looking to set the record straight.
No free kick.
Leicester on the break now.
Forward. Madison deflected.
And they got a corner from Madison. Madison was trying to break through there. I think should have made it. He should have passed it again.
So there, Stanley picking the ball up, drops it off to Madison. Really is who puts it over for a corner. Game's gone a bit flat, which is good news for Leicester. Really good news for them, because it could be just that sort of night where they haven't played particularly well. As you mentioned, in the record here, not good. But might be an opportunity here this evening. Arsenal just a little bit on their heels at the moment, running out of ideas. That sort of night where Leicester, if they can provide one decent cross or something like this, someone to attack that ball, to take the lead.
Corner to Leicester.
The longer it goes on like this, the more they might fancy that is what's going to happen.
James Madison is a finger. A header out there by the Arsenal defense. Arsenal are trying to clear Aubameyang. And now Leicester still have the ball. Free kick to Arsenal. Free kick to Leicester.
Free kicks on 25
second
yards
half.
out here. Madison will fancy this.
First half is all Arsenal. Second half. So we balance now as Leicester coming into the game. I said Leicester can't play it bad the way they played. Can't play that bad from the way they played in the first half. Second half they've been a bit more on the front foot. They've had some chances as well. The game has been a bit more balanced. Free kick to Leicester now.
In his career, he scored 4 Premier League goals direct from free kicks. Vardy is getting ready, we're told, for Leicester. But first, this.
That's Madison. This is a chance for them. I think this might be a goal, actually.
It is Madison. And
it's way too
not
hard.
dipping nearly quickly enough.
Disappointed.
Way too hard. Still goalless. Second half. 56 minutes of the watch. We're sure Leicester nil Arsenal now.
Lacazette nearly drops for him, though. I think he rather ran into Johnny
Somebody's
Evans there and got a
into
yellow
Johnny,
card.
Mr. Evans. I think he
To
landed
be fair to him, Lacazette.
badly. He was trying
So
to
he
hit the
did.
ball.
One with most of them, he has a little
Lacazette
look as well.
bumped
He sees
into
Johnny
him.
Evans there, doesn't
It's
jump,
nothing
just
new.
into
Just
him.
one of
It's a
those
good call,
things that
that.
happen in
Of course,
football.
that's the right
I
decision.
think
5th yellow card of the night as well. That's an old-fashioned look, isn't it?
Yeah.
Lacazette to the referee, but I don't think there was much doubt about it. No question, I think Craig Pawson's got that right. Jamie Vardy, from his isolated
Mr.
seat,
Vardy is
has,
getting
taken
warmed
off
up now. Coming on
several
for
layers of
Arsenal very
training
soon.
kit and is about to dock
Coming on
the
for
Leicester
Leicester very
City
soon.
blue
Leicester
number
playing a
9
lot more
shirt.
better in the second half. They're asking questions. Arsenal still leading, still goalless, sorry.
Soon to replace
But
WK6,
Leicester
who's taken
are
a
coming
couple
into
of
the
ducks in
game now.
second half.
Passing the ball a lot more.
Arsenal
Playing on the
unbeaten
front foot
in
now, so
23 home games against Leicester City, 21 of which they've won.
got a good record against Arsenal, against Leicester actually. So I'll be surprised if they don't pick up a win here as well. The stream is frozen one more time. We got to try and sort it out. It's still goalless, I think.
Good ball there. Tierney. Good covering for Fana.
Someone gets a corner.
Great run from Kieran Tierney, lovely ball from Bukayo Saka, and actually Tierney should have done better with that. Should have been firing that across the 6-yard line. Really clever ball. This one perfectly flighted and weighted. Put people out again there. Very tight, just knock it across that 6-yard box. Somebody try and get on the end of it.
Gone for the short
Also, that
one,
was a
Saka.
free kick. The play to the edge of the box. Ball comes back to Saka. Whips it into the box.
Pin that one in behind.
Leicester
Stanley.
clears
Bit of a
their
miscue, but
lines.
did the job on the Belgian international.
Leicester playing a lot better now, but Arsenal are just coming back into
the
it. So
quarterfinals of the Champions League last season.
it's been an okay
Run
game.
from the Italian
Nothing
side that was.
spectacular. First half, Arsenal
Another
were a
corner
lot
for Arsenal. One of many they've had tonight.
more in control. But second half, Leicester has picked up a little bit, and it's still goal cast. Jamie Vardy coming up for Leicester.
Leicester City have been waiting
I
for.
think it's the obvious change,
really.
basically. Somebody to give them a little bit more.
Half an hour, Jamie Vardy.
Trust
He's fit for, that's what he's going to get.
So
Leicester
it's going to be different. They're going to go a little more, go longer, quicker now. Play the ball forward quicker.
Away
They
from
got Leicester.
home.
They got Vardy's
Manchester City.
pace. So
Leicester
you see now they just combine now,
from Albion.
and Leicester are going through one-on-one again, not one-on-one.
It might release Barnes to a more familiar role
But
too.
just messed it
square
up.
to Castagna.
Varian's challenge on James Justin is saying that has to be a free kick, doesn't it, Red? It's a bit carded here.
Oh, the foul.
Yeah, he's got a card. Yeah.
The referee, he give a foul for that. That was a foul, though. He played the ball, and the Leicester player jumped over the Arsenal. That was a foul now.
Surely.
That was a foul. That was a foul, man.
Yellow card. He's committed to the challenge. Well, so because James Justin has hurdled him and avoided him, he's got away with that. If he'd have just dragged his legs.
The referee got that wrong, man. That's a foul all day long. All day long. Just because he jumped over somebody's leg and they caught you eventually. That don't mean it's not a foul. The referee, I don't know what the referees are doing.
You're right. I mean, he could have
caught him. At the end of the day, he caught him. The referee did. I think the referees they need glasses, man.
Just drag their legs a
That was
little
a
bit,
foul.
make contact. No, I would.
Arsenal coming forward now. This is Saka.
His business at the top level. That's the way professional footballers.
Everybody's just falling over looking for a free kick. So it's a bit funny. Everybody falling over looking for a free kick.
So is this moment of quality
Looking at the referee
from Arsenal?
trying to Arsenal now.
I have to say at the moment, they've run out of ideas in the game.
Yep. They need a scruffy one.
Let's
Something to
defend.
bounce him in the box.
Drawing
Lacazette.
to Arsenal.
Get on the end of
The long one into the box. Cleared by Leicester.
Tielemans books it away for Leicester City. It's a very mild night, but I noticed Jamie Vardy's wearing his gloves again. Never done him too much harm, to be fair. There was a time when Arsenal tried to sign him, remember that?
That's right.
About 4 years ago, he rejected a move when Arsene Wenger was in charge. Decided he'd stay at Leicester City.
He's become a terrific forward, a big admirer of Vardy. The road that he's travelled on to get to where
Arsenal
he is.
knocking it around, the ball has gone to the
He's a
first.
serious Premier League striker now. Speed by most.
108 Premier League goals is not far away from getting into the top 20 all time. Saka won't get that
We're
one.
gonna get to that one. Go kick. Let's start. If you come in, make sure you subscribe to the channel. 6 box.
So far, the plan for Brendan Rodgers has worked. 62 minutes in, kept a clean sheet, put the main man on up front. And now be thinking, can we go and pinch something? Can we score and strike first?
He's bidding for his 300th win as a manager tonight, Brendan Rodgers. And this would be a good place for him to get it as well, because he's never won here in this stadium. Right, Shaka out to Kieran Tierney. Hard labour for Arsenal now.
It is. It is. Moment kind of playing in front of Leicester a little bit too much. David Luiz was always prepared to knock that 50, 60-yard pass in behind. I've seen too many of them.
Tielemans.
Leicester breaking in on the left.
Here's Barnes, back in more familiar territory on the left-hand side. Leicester might be a bit of a different proposition with him out there and Vardy central. This for Fana. Nope, too much on that one. And the young French under-21 international. And here's that substitution we were talking about. Off comes Saka to be replaced by Nicola Pepe.
Clipped in on his ankle there. I mentioned he was very good against Manchester City. Might spell those heights this evening. Had a chance, didn't he, in the first half? On the volley, didn't quite catch. He's an improving player, certainly, for Bukayo Saka. An important one for Mikel Arteta as the weeks and months go by, for sure.
And maybe for England too, recently made his debut. His versatility, I think, will appeal to Gareth Southgate. I hope you can't find Aubameyang with that one as well. Here's Wesley Fofana. West Ham were interested in signing him as well, if reports were to be believed. Leicester got him. £30 million.
Goalless. Leicester getting into the plane a little bit more.
Tielemans
Getting into the game
Johnny
right
Evans.
now.
I think Barnes has had as many touches since Vardy came on as he had in the rest of the match. Together almost. Here he is again.
Ball is in the Arsenal last right now.
Fofana. Leicester City got a top 4 place slip on the final day of last season, having been in the top 4 for 325 days. A bit heartbreaking for them.
Was, yeah. A consistent team last time round, just fell away, as you mentioned, at the end.
Since the restart in June, they've lost more games than they've won. Giving the ball away in midfield there. Lacazette picking it up, was pulled back by Maddison, who will go into the book routinely for stopping an attack develop.
Every midfield player on show this evening has given the ball away unnecessarily. Any real pressure on them. It gets like that sometimes, you know. It really does. When the two start going a bit sloppily, and it really spreads through the team.
Is Aubameyang.
So now with a cross, a chance, that's a goal. What save. What save.
That was nearly the moment for Arsenal.
Great strike from Hector.
What a save.
Mr. Schmeichel stood up, stood big. Bashed that away as well, importantly. Just drop it down in front of him. Really carried that away hard. But good football from Arsenal. First time they've really got in behind him.
What save. That was a great save from
Tielemans. And Leicester will be thinking if we can just lay on one chance for our top scorer, the reigning Golden Boot winner of the Premier League, Jamie Vardy. He was the oldest top-flight goal
That's a
scorer
beautiful save from the keeper.
Ronnie Rook of Arsenal in 1948.
Ronnie Rook.
A beautiful save from
33 years
Schmeichel.
of age.
Arsenal could have scored there.
Control that, Mustafi.
Still
Apologies from
goalless.
him for the pass.
Good football this though, wasn't it? Lovely give and go. Tierney and Aubameyang, he's got the place to take himself away from Fofana. Stands it up at the back post, and really good strike that is from Hector. Not easy one that, to make sure you get that on target. Good strike and good stop.
It was nearly that moment of quality you were talking about.
Seen that much of it, have we, at the top of the field from either team, really. It's the best, I think, from Arsenal.
Set up the winner, didn't he, in Vienna as well, Bellerin, with a great run.
He's got great engine, great ability to on the edge of his own 18-yard box and then very, very quickly join in at the other end.
Scored, man. Sorry, Andy. Bellingham's first goal in 6 weeks, that was, the other night. Doesn't often go that long. Partey.
Thought about it, didn't he, there for a split second. Thought about taking the strike, then
Arsenal still in control of this now. And position it. Leicester still goalless. You know, Leicester got back into the game. Arsenal have to pick it up again. 69 minutes of the Watchalong. We're coming in. Make sure you follow, subscribe if you like the content of the channel. 6-yard box. It's all about football. We're going to be looking at every single Premier League fixture.
Pepe, explosive left foot shot on him. We've seen before.
Good ball to control that, actually. Partey was having hard chest height, but he managed to get it down onto his left foot.
Just stand here inside, not accurate enough for Maddison to do anything with it. But mostly Leicester City have looked pretty comfortable.
Still goalless.
Here's Evans. Castagna. Now Yuri Tielemans. Harvey Barnes is going to be substituted very shortly. And Cengiz Ünder,
Leicester going all the way back.
Turkish international,
Don't know why they're doing that.
is going to be
It's
introduced.
still goalless.
Leicester City. On loan from Roma. 24 caps for his country.
Beautiful play from Leicester to play the round corner.
His last touches. It's Mendy to bring it forward. Justin. No, couldn't cut it back enough.
That was bad play. That was bad play.
He just slowed it down a little bit there, James Justin. And for Vardy then to find a yard of space in that box.
That was a bad pass.
Sloppy again.
There's been a lot of that tonight. Barnes. Gabriel looks quick and strong there. At the back, he just overrun that one, mind you, and is now out of position. Mendy to Tielemans.
Leicester City knocking it around. There's no cutting edge for some reason. There's no cutting edge. Pretty
Leicester pushing
football,
the ball around quite
but
confidently.
no,
Pretty happy with the situation as it
no
stands.
homes, it's all pretty passive, but there's no cutting edge, man. I think that's where the Leicester has a problem. They've got more.
Eddie Nketiah is going to come on. They're looking to
That's a
swing
good
in
pass.
Castagna in behind here. And once again, Gabriel is there, the Brazilian.
Leicester winning back again.
So nothing wrong with that. Here's Castagna. Will Leicester grow in ambition in the closing stages of this? Madison to Vardy. Madison again. Vardy. Not for Gabriel. Still might be something here, but then
that's a head collision.
Collision, and the referee has given the free kick and the card.
That's a bad one.
Quite a painful one too, and it obviously was.
It didn't it? Yeah. Tielemans and Lacazette both get treatment there. Clash of heads.
Clash of heads, man. 15 minutes left. It's still goalless. Arsenal Leicester.
It's been a messy game, isn't it? In all honesty.
It's stop and start.
So Johnny Evans clattered into both players really there. The referee gave a yellow card to someone there. I'm not sure who that was.
It was Johnny Evans, the yellow card, which I make that the 5th yellow of the night for Leicester. Half their outfield players: Fofana, Evans, Tielemans, Madison, and Fuchs. And 8 in all. Yeah, 7 in all. Yeah, correction. Bellerin and Lacazette, the players on the yellow card for Arsenal. So in comes Bunda to replace Harvey Barnes. Used him a bit as a substitute.
Still goalless. 1-0. Goalless. Arsenal Leicester.
He's going to play in a kind of right wing role. Quarter of an hour remaining here. Tierney to lay it inside. Hasn't been a 0-0 draw in the last 73 Premier League games Arsenal have played at home. Not since they drew 0-0 with Middlesbrough in October 2016, 4 years ago.
It's a stat, that one, Ian.
Yeah. Somebody else told me it. I've got better things to do.
I was going to say, I didn't think you'd be going that far back with your own work.
Vardy on the chase. He won't get that one as quick as he is.
Chance that, you know, Madison, because he's got more about him there. It's a great run from Vardy. Overhit the pass. Better shape
It's
about
been
in the closing stages of the game.
Still goalless. Leicester.
At the back with
Arsenal Leicester. The
Emirates
goalless. Watching it live. Watchalong. City at 6
where they can make something happen.
Goalless. Tomorrow, I'm coming tomorrow for Leicester. For Burnley versus Arsenal. Burnley versus Tottenham.
Must spin that into the path of Lacazette. And Fofana did his job well, as he has done for most of the night.
Did very well not to make contact with the ball there, didn't he? It was always the right
Burnley.
side.
It's going to be hard for him to go.
The ball was going to pop up.
Tomorrow 8 p.m. UK.
But he did well.
It should be a cracking game. I'm looking forward to that, to be honest. Hopefully Leicester can win that. Hopefully Tottenham can win that.
Presumably with a pretty big future ahead of him at the age of 19.
So. Definitely.
Good test of what he's about tonight. Brendan Rodgers will have been pleased with the way that he's gone
About
about his work, and of course it's a great benefit for
27,
him to be playing alongside somebody like Jordy
27
Evans and learning.
minutes to go. I think still
Just think Jordy Evans
goalless.
was in
Leicester.
that Arsenal, the Manchester United team that beat Arsenal 8-2.
And
Wasn't
he's
it?
in.
Honda had a chance there to break in between. He just took it a bit wide in the end. Castagna this time. Leicester are growing in ambition a little here as this goes on. Basically, ever since Vardy came on, and that just about sums it up, I think.
How can you pass the ball between two players and they both let it go?
I think at that moment.
I think it might have been lost in translation.
Exactly.
That's strange, man. Two players watching the ball and the ball rolled out of touching to try it for throwing. And I think it just about sums up this game.
Arsenal may introduce Ainsley Maitland
Still
now. As
goalless.
Cup final winning team playing wide on the left of midfield, and he was in the last England squad.
Just wonder whether Vardy gets a chance here. Does he get something to test Firmino with? Even half a chance, he'll take that.
Tierney, has had to cut it out. Arsenal have been a bit disappointing, haven't they, here, Andy, really?
They have. They've lacked ideas. It's all been a little predictable. Just a bit flat this evening, to be honest. They were dominant in the first half and had some good situations, good chances, really.
Still
I'm not
goalless.
convinced about the goal that they had disallowed, whether it should have been.
Vardy
Maybe
trying
they
to
could
hold up
argue
the
it's
ball.
come at the end of quite a busy week away to Manchester City and
Look
away
at
trip
Frick.
in Europe, where they have to work pretty hard to get the win. Could be a factor. It's Tielemans.
That's a great ball. That's a chance.
To win the game. And
That's a goal. That's beautiful. Beautiful play from Leicester. Beautiful. That was beautiful. Actually, the pass from Yuri Tielemans, that pass was incredible. The pass from Yuri Tielemans was absolutely beautiful. It is what they call beautiful. I can't even use another word for that pass. That pass was like, you know, when you have your best cake, you like cake, or you like or your best eba, or whatever you like. That pass was on the money. Just split them open.
And from looking a bit ordinary first half, Leicester, and looking a bit devoid of ideas and balance.
He played there across as well, which was good from the what do you call it? From what's his name? Under. He looked across, which is very difficult to do there. Some other player would want to go for goal. He looked across and just played it across to Vardy, and the rest was like a tapping. And Leicester take the lead. First half, Arsenal was all over again. Second half is good. They did 50-50. Leicester took the lead. And that's football. You got to take your chances. If you don't take your chances, you got yourself to blame. You know? So just come in and make sure you follow, like, share the broadcast. This is 6 Yard Box, 24/7 football. We talk about pure football, yeah. 442. That's what we do, you know. It's all about football. Make sure you follow, like, share the channel. Arsenal now they'll be looking for an equalizer now.
Target of the game from Leicester City. Mate.
Beautiful ball.
Bayern. Can't get the cross.
Couldn't cross it. 1-0 to Arsenal, 1-0 to Leicester. The game just livened up now with that goal, which was a good goal. Very, very good goal.
All of them away from home. And that goal, by the way, takes him above Peter Crouch in the Premier League all-time list and level with Ryan Giggs on 109.
What a great ball from that young man. Tielemans' pass actually was the best one he's hit all night. Clipped in behind the Arsenal back line. Clever square pass from Under. Everybody isn't going to miss them, no chance.
And even that worked out perfectly for Brendan Rodgers. His substitute did that job. Two of them linking up for the goal. But play here, but Castañas across the cover for Leicester City.
Yeah. The part of it was we just sort of body checked Nketiah.
Can Arsenal find an equaliser? Arsenal unbeaten in 11 Premier League home games. Before this, it's Chelsea won here last December. Michael Brighton's going to come on soon.
So now they've got 8 minutes to do something in this game. And, they've got themselves to blame. They had all the chances in first half. They didn't take
hold on to the win here. Here's Mustafi.
Football is like that, man. You have to take it. So don't take your chances. Got yourself to blame. Because the other team will always have a chance. They'll always get a chance and they'll punish you. That's what happened.
About their concentration, Leicester.
But there's still time for us to want to get back into
themselves, making good decisions.
Get back into this game. If you're watching the channel, we're just coming in, make sure you follow, like, share it. If you like the content. This is the 6-yard box where we're talking about football.
The last 4 times.
Pure. That's what we do now. We're pure. Arsenal popping in about. I got a feeling they're going to have one chance. The pass is not on there.
Stanley, by the way, is struggling a little bit. I think he's feeling his hamstring. I'll just have to watch that. Leicester. His defenders have worked hard tonight.
They certainly have.
Here's another one of the title-winning crew, Mark Albrighton. Not to come on.
Tillemans, I think, is struggling with his hamstring, but I think it's okay. It's okay. The pass from him for the goal, though, was incredible, man.
James Madison.
That pass was, one of those passes that you can only just look at it and think, this is beautiful. Beautiful football. Beautiful pass. You can't miss. Trust me, you can't miss from there.
Tonight,
you can't miss.
Leicester City on the verge here of breaking a jinx. No win here away to Arsenal since 1973. That was the year they opened the Sydney Opera House. And The Exorcist and The Sting and American Graffiti were the big movies. And Donny Osmond was number 1, apparently. Somebody's told me.
I heard you had all his collection, Ducky.
You've got to be joking.
Still goalless. Still 1-0 to Arsenal. Still 1-0 to Leicester. They're still leading. Got about 5 minutes to the end. I think Arsenal are going to throw every single thing at them now. So,
from the Turkish international. Give Leicester City the lead. In a game, really, where, for the most part, they look like they'd do cartwheels if they went back up the M1 motorway with a point. But there was a growing sense it might be more in the second half.
Four months to go. Leicester leading Arsenal 1-0.
Gone sideways, gone backwards.
Premier League
football.
football.
To reset.
Week 6.
5 at the back and then 4 in front of it now.
Leicester has not won in a long time.
It's difficult to break that down.
Need to believe. I think last time they won was like,
serve it forward a little bit too quickly. It's easier picked off.
50 BC or something.
Stay patient.
But they're leading now, so
strong
we'll see
defensive
what
team.
happens.
It's difficult.
Arsenal
Really difficult.
just to kind of hold it.
That mindset.
Now they got the ball. And they almost got it as well again. They almost break them.
Good forging around, but again, the blue shirts are there to crowd it all out. And a very disciplined defensive display by Leicester. They've never
Still
won
1-0
their first
to
3 away
Leicester.
games in history.
3 to
in the
go.
league. Leicester on the
Leicester
verge
just
of doing
defending
that.
now, just trying to defend their 6-yard box, 18-yard box.
And already at West Bromwich Albion 3-0 at Manchester
Trying to
City.
defend their 18-yard box.
22.
And
Reverend Christian Fuchs has used all his experience to help out back there tonight.
Haven't seen anything of Aubameyang's second half, really, apart from that clever cross that he served up for Hector Bellerin. Lacazette's not really had a chance to get a shot away all night.
still goalless, still 1-0 to Leicester. Arsenal has to come up with a goal in the next 3 minutes. But Leicester just winning everything back.
New deal, of course, to keep him at Arsenal.
Arsenal still have
Here's
it.
Pepe. And Fofana with the interception. Chip forward by Partey towards Bellerin. Fuchs to
Play everything
put
out.
this away. Leicester determined to hold on to what would be a very, very precious 3 points for them.
Free kick to Leicester. Tielemans has been incredible, man. That pass for the goal is the man of the match pass. That pass for the goal was incredible.
This
Pass.
is the goal. What a great pass that was.
The pass is
brilliant ball that was.
incredible, man. The vision
Man,
for him to
doing
pick him
exactly
up.
the right
He
thing.
could have gone and scored if he
Jamie
wanted
Vardy
to.
Just served it up on
But
an
he just
absolute six-points.
picked out his striker. I like when players do that. Some players are selfish, man. That kind of chance you want to score. But the vision for him to look over, look across, and picked out Vardy, that was a beautiful goal. Leicester deserve to win this based on the second half. But it's going to be tough.
European Championships. They're being mentioned at the moment. Just in the end zone now to Vardy.
Free kick to Leicester. They're doing all the right things. They're doing all the right things in their half. And they're just keeping the ball
Just fine, getting a free kick up at that end of the pitch.
on the other side of the
They'll be in no
pitch.
particular hurry to take, I suggest.
So, yeah.
5 minutes going to be added, Andy.
Yeah, still time enough for Arsenal to try and make something happen. This one's not coming in the box. Johnny Evans and
Leicester still leading 1-0. They deserved it. I'm not going to say they didn't deserve it based on the second half. First half, they didn't play really well. Second half, they've upped the tempo
For 5 minutes.
a little bit. And they're leading. So
Things to work on, I think, for Mikel Arteta because of just
intensity.
5 more minutes to play. So Arsenal have 5 more minutes to
First half for 20 minutes,
get a
yes.
goal and
Second half, no, it's
get
not
this
been that
game,
real intensity
get a
there
draw from this game.
that the best teams have. That the best teams can keep the foot to the floor and pull something over the line. I've not really felt that with Arsenal's performance this evening. Too many of their players have kind of been on the fringes, been on the edges of it. Not really had an outstanding operator out there, I don't think.
towards Nketiah. A good score against Leicester in the Carabao Cup earlier this season when Arsenal won 2-0. Ties free kick given against him.
Still goalless. Still 1-0 to Arsenal, to Leicester. 15-yard box, 5 minutes to the end. If you would come in and make sure you subscribe. It's been a good game. First half was Arsenal. Second half, Leicester has been a little more in control.
Really having a go at the sit there waiting.
Leicester with a goal, with a free kick, which is taken by Schmeichel. Ball is going into the sky. Leicester has it again in contention. They're holding on to the ball. They just want to keep
in the game, stayed in there.
Just keep control of the ball, and I think Leicester should win this. 4 more minutes to the end.
Just a few minutes away now.
What ball? Oh, that's a pass. Vardy's in. That's another goal. Oh! Ah, what save? That should have been a goal. He'll be that's a very. I think that was the wrong option. He should. I think he should have kept it on the floor. He should have kept it on the floor. He's trying to cheat. Nah, man. His goal just place it. Nah, man. He should have aimed for this bottom corner. Yeah, he's got the old goal in front of him. You know, he was trying to chip it. That's a no. That's a no. Leicester still keeping the ball. They lose it now. There's 3 minutes left, and I think Leicester have themselves to blame if they don't. If they draw this game, they have the ball. Leicester, they are working really hard off the ball. They're chasing Arsenal, putting in a lot of putting pressure on the ball in the right areas. The ball is in the box now, and Leicester has headed it clear. Played for the game. 2 more minutes to go. Leicester still defending. Arsenal probing. Ball is gone wide again. Played it wide. So they have themselves to blame. They had a lot of chance in the first half. You've got to put that ball in. Good block. There's a corner to Arsenal.
It is a corner.
Everybody's going in. Everybody's going in, piling in. Leicester will have themselves to blame if they concede a goal from it because they had a great chance. They had a great chance to win this game. Vardy missed it, his second goal. Headed clear. The ball is coming back again. It's keeper's ball. And that's the keeper's ball. Seconds to go. Arsenal still losing. They played well first half. Had all the chances. They didn't take it. That's what the Premier League is all about. If you don't take your chances, you're going to pay for it. And I think they will pay for it. They're going to pay for it.
Tielemans with the back header and Schmeichel going in the book for that, unceremoniously grabbing under.
Under has been superb, man. Zekik Under. He's a Turkish international. I've been impressed with him. He's got pace. And I think Arsenal have lost this game. They had themselves to blame. And Leicester has a free kick. They just go there and keep the ball playing into the corner. And, that's a victory for Leicester. It's been 1-0 to Leicester. First half was Arsenal, second half was Leicester. The game of 2 halves. You got to take your chances in this league. I always say you got to take your chances. If you don't take your chances, you're gonna be punished. And I think Leicester did that in the second half. Vardy came on, made a difference. They were a bit more direct. Leicester played pretty football, the tip-tap, nice possession football. They were a bit more direct. Arsenal had a chance, like I said, I think they missed the chance as well. But Leicester was superb. Second half, they just played with a low block. They played on the break. Under came on and Leicester, and they made a difference. Under and Vardy came on. They both combined for the goal. It's a good result. It's a good result for Leicester. Good result for Leicester. Definitely very good result for Leicester. They played well. They deserved it. This is the 6-yard box. If you're just coming in, make sure if you're watching, make sure you subscribe to the channel and make sure you like the channel as well. We love that. We'll be back tomorrow again for another Watchalong, which is Burnley versus Tottenham. That should be from 8 o'clock tomorrow. But I'm just looking at that goal again. It was a great pass. Great pass. Beautiful pass from Tielemans. Yuri Tielemans. He's got that in his locker though. But the pass was just incredible.
On this near side of these two linked here. He's got it. Brilliant movement. Look at that. Under's gone behind, catches him out, and then you lose as well as Gabriel has to come across.
Incredible goal. The goal was superb, mate. Very good goal to win a game of football. So that's the end of the broadcast. Tomorrow, join me again from 8 o'clock, 8 p.m. UK for Tottenham Burnley. Leicester have gone away with the 3 points today. Should be back again tomorrow. Thank you very much. Make sure you hit that subscribe button if you like the broadcast. And I shall see you again tomorrow from 8 p.m. UK.
I mean, the worrying thing for Arsenal is that, having gone 1-0 down,